Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action. Hey, what is up, everybody? It is Dan here live from London, and I am joined by Scott live. Whereabouts are you, mate?
Hello. Right, my signal keeps cutting out. This is a strange way to do the stream here on the streets of Cardiff. But how are you doing, Dan? I think I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Obviously, we have Scott down on the floor in Cardiff, right next to the Principality Stadium. Nearly called it the Millennium Stadium because that's what we are used to calling it. But yeah, we do have Scott down there on the ground. What is the atmosphere like there in Wales at the moment?
All right, is that time for me to talk?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, mate. The signal is terrible here. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah, really good. I'm excited. As you can see behind me, a lot of people are going to try and grab a few words with some of the fans here at the moment. But I'll let you kind of take over now. I know you want to talk about the show as well. And then in a moment, hopefully we'll be back with someone to talk to you as well. Maybe a bit prettier than I am. I don't know.
Cool. We'll see you in a minute. I'll see you in a bit, yeah?
See you in a bit.
So yeah, we have obviously Scott is on the ground there in Cardiff. But for now, I'm going to talk a little bit to you about Clash at the Castle. Obviously, it's the first UK pay-per-view / premium live event in the last 30 years. We did recently do a watch-along of SummerSlam 1992. So go back on the Rebellious Noise channel to watch that. We also did one of SummerSlam 2002, which was just 20 years ago. Makes you not feel as old when you're looking at that one. But yeah, so it's going to be, I think, a very good show. We've obviously got Liv Morgan defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Shayna Baszler. We've got a 6-woman tag team match with Asuka teaming with Alexa Bliss and Bianca Belair to take on Damage Control, the team of Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. We have probably the hardest hitting match, which is going to be Gunther versus Sheamus. I think both guys are probably going to be as red as the dragon that's on screen at that one. Matt Riddle, not just Riddle now, Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins will battle in what is probably going to be one heck of a contest. Both men going into this with a huge wave of momentum. And then, obviously, the main event is for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship with Roman Reigns taking on Drew McIntyre. We do also have Edge and Rey Mysterio teaming up to take on Finn Balor and Damian Priest of the Judgment Day. But yeah, I think it seems as though, 6 matches on this show is probably going to be a little bit... I think each match is probably going to go quite long. I mean, we in the UK here have the advantage this time, really, of having a show that is going to be at 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. UK time, the show starts here. I think it's 1 p.m. or 10 a.m. over in the States. We're used to watching these shows at like 2 in the morning or the next day. So it's actually nice for us, apart from obviously the Saudi shows, but it's nice for us to be watching a UK-based pay-per-view premium live event actually at a reasonable time. So yeah, you can actually watch the show, have your dinner, and then you still got time obviously afterwards to stick match of the day on and then go to bed. But yeah, I mean, yeah, Clash at the Castle, from what I've seen, the atmosphere in Cardiff looks incredible. You know what, for me it's a pity obviously that I couldn't be there. I had some family stuff going on, so yeah, I couldn't be in Cardiff. But yeah, Scott is there at the moment. I think Lucas should be joining him a little bit later on as well in Cardiff for the show. But yeah, I think overall the 6 matches that are on this show look like they are all pretty solid matches. Gunther and Sheamus, I think I'm really, really looking forward to, because it's going to be that crowning for Sheamus as like the ultimate Grand Slam winner. You know, he'd be the only man, I think, in history, correct me if I'm wrong though, comment section, to win the King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, and every single title. But for now, I'm going to throw back over to Scott, who I believe is standing by with some fans. So, Scott, who have we got?
Okay, right. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you hear me?
Brilliant. All right. So I'm here with Hamza. How you doing, mate?
I'm very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I like your shirt.
Thank you very much. I can only do the trouble too, of course. You know.
Let's get straight into that then.
Yeah, man.
What's going on in the main event?
So, I'm wearing the Roman Reigns t-shirt, but I think McIntyre's bringing it home.
It just makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense. The biggest UK show in about, 30 years?
Yeah.
It's got to happen. Either that or Sheamus is winning the IC title.
Yeah,
Either
this
way,
is what I'm worried about. They do the Sheamus thing to kind of... Look, Drew hasn't had he got a bit stale for me, right? But I'm excited seeing him again. It's a perfect place. He's a great guy. We interviewed him the other day. Lovely guy. He deserves it. I think it'll be fantastic. You know, his moment was robbed from him, you know. But I'm worried that they're going to give us Sheamus to kind of make up for not giving us Drew. As much as I want to see Sheamus as well.
I see where you're coming from, yeah. Either way, if Walter, Gunther wins, if Sheamus wins, either way, it's going to be incredible.
They're going to be great matches either way, yeah.
Definitely.
So, where have you come from today?
So I come from Bradford.
Bradford? Okay.
Yeah, all of us are from Bradford. My cousin over there is from Birmingham as well.
Nice.
So
And you
it's
traveled today, or you got hotels?
We stayed over last night and just drove over today.
And what do you think of Cardiff?
So I said it to my cousin, I was like, everyone's so nice here.
Yeah,
and it's a massive difference when you come from a place like Bradford.
Yeah.
It's a massive difference.
I've never been to Bradford, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You're nice though.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Honestly, this has been great. Really hope you enjoyed the show. And check out Rebellious Noise, of course.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. Back to you, Dan.
Yeah, so as you saw there, obviously Scott with a member of the WWE Universe, and talking to a fan from Bradford there. And yes, as we say, this event obviously is going to be seen by people all over the UK. As I was saying though, Sheamus, the first man ever potentially to be King of the Ring, Royal Rumble winner, Mr. Money in the Bank, WWE World Heavyweight, United States champion, tag team champion, and potentially intercontinental champion. But yeah, as I say, it's the atmosphere all around the UK at the moment for this show is just incredible. It's just a very, very strange feeling. Because as we say, we're more used to seeing these events at like 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. And the fact, obviously, that we have now got a show on our shores, you know, hopefully this is not the last one. I mean, I know there was a lot of people that initially were thinking, well, why is this event in Cardiff and not in London? But I think it's mainly because the Principality Stadium is probably the only stadium in the entirety of, I believe, the only stadium in the entirety of the UK that's got a roof. Obviously, unless you class like the stadiums at Wimbledon, so like Centre Court and stuff. But yeah, I think obviously they must know about the British weather is very, very unpredictable. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be nice. I mean, obviously we've got a few, they say locals on the card, but British wrestlers that are on this show. So Finn Balor will be obviously in the tag team match, and then we've got Drew McIntyre in the main event here with Roman Reigns. He's from Scotland, but apparently this show is in his backyard. And then obviously Sheamus, who's Irish, Gunther, who is Austrian. So yes, a very big like European feel to this show. And then you've got obviously in the women's match, you've got obviously Io Sky and Asuka, who are both from Japan. You've got Dakota Kai, who is from New Zealand as well. So it's a very, very mixed card, this one. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't already, guys, then go back and check out the predictions and preview video, which was obviously Lucas, myself, Rob and Scott's predictions on this show. Loving the little graphic as well with mine and Lucas's faces on there. And then will we see Seth and Riddle using the castle? Who knows? But yeah, we are gonna. I think I'm gonna try and throw back over to Scott now, and we're gonna see what you're doing. Who we got with us this time? Oh, it's Asuka.
It's not quite Asuka. I know it looks like it is. This is Pippi. How you doing, Pippi?
I'm good, thank you. Really excited.
So I want to ask who you look forward to seeing, but I think I can guess.
Asuka is my favourite, but Riddle is like...
Riddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think
Lovely
about
guy.
Against Rollins? It's going to be a tasty one.
I know. I love Rollins as a heel, though. I think he's much better as a heel now than what he was.
I'm really enjoying it. He got a bit stale for a bit.
Yeah.
But now I think... and this feud's a personal touch to it as well. So, what about the main event? What are you thinking there?
So, I've been up and down with who I think is going to win, but I think with it being on home soil, it may be Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. I was at the filming for the run-in yesterday on BT, and everything they said, Drew was interviewed, everything they said just made me think, it's got to be, hasn't it? Yeah, definitely. Where have you come from today?
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Down today, or?
No, we came down yesterday, and then...
How long did that take?
We did Megabus, which was a massive mistake, but it was overnight, so we went to sleep.
How long was it?
12 hours.
Okay, you go back tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow, but we're getting the train. We're getting the train tomorrow, so...
See that WWE? This is the kind of fans you've got in the UK. 12 hours on the not most comfortable buses. But yeah, honestly, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today. Enjoy this show.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Bye.
Back to you, Dan.
Cheers, mate. 12 hours. That is something. Like, that is dedication. It's quicker for us to fly over to the States to watch a show than it has for that young lady to travel from Newcastle to Cardiff on a bus. But yeah, so obviously, yes, looking forward to seeing Asuka. Let's go and talk about this a little bit. So the whole Damage Control team, Bayley, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai, coming together, I think they've got to win this one, considering they didn't win the women's tag team titles, which I think was a given. Sorry, we are going to throw back over to Scott, who I believe is with some more WWE fans. Rey Mysterio this time joining him.
Okay, right, yeah. So it looks like I'm joined by Rey Mysterio, but it's Aaron and Graham here. Of course, we are outside the stadium. Are you guys ready? Are you excited for the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And where have you travelled from today?
Come down from Manchester today. Four hour drive.
Yeah. Who was driving?
And the way back as well.
No taking turns?
Nope.
No, it's his car. So
right, okay. Oh, credit where
Designated drivers.
Who are you looking forward to seeing today?
everyone.
Everyone.
Okay. I had a ticket for SummerSlam in '92.
Wow.
And I couldn't go. I was flying out to Bulgaria on a family holiday on the same day. So ever since that moment, I've been praying that WWE brings something like this back.
You've had to wait a while.
I've had to wait over 30 years, but yeah.
Have you been to any other shows like that?
I've been to televised, Manchester, Raw and SmackDown and things like that.
First yearly, is it?
Yeah.
So what about yourself? First big event?
First big event.
Yeah.
First met, the LA, as you said. Been to live shows at the arena and things like that. But yeah.
And who are you looking forward to seeing? Ray?
My brother.
Your brother. What's your luchador name? Go on the spot. Come on. You could be Aaron Mysterio. You were Aaron, right? You were
Aaron.
There we go. I got that right. How about that? Professionalism. And then let's think about the main event. What's going on?
Drew's bringing it on.
He
has to. He's been denied his moment back in 2020, so he's got to do it.
I think there's going to be a little twist at the end. I can feel
What's the twist you're thinking?
I can feel the lights going out and somebody turning up that's been rumoured to come back.
Do you think Bray Wyatt?
Possibly, or maybe his giant friend.
Oh, Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
That's a good shout, actually.
I'm thinking at the end.
Theory cashes in.
That was part of my guess. I think Theory's going to try and cash in, but just as he's about to hand it in, the lights go down. Bray comes out.
I like that.
Mandible claw, stands in front of Drew, points at him.
Oh, there you go. Goosebumps.
It's got to be.
Tyson Fury's going to do something.
Well, he says something.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen there as well. I think we're in a dust storm.
Yeah. It's going to be
Oh, we're going to Texas this at the moment.
You need a mask.
I do. There you go. On that note, I want to say thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Have a great time at the event. And yeah, check out Rebellious Noise. Back to you, Dan.
Cheers, mate. So yeah, more people there from the WWE universe. We just want to say, like, just thank you to all these guys that are just literally random people Scott is picking up on the streets to for their time, obviously coming here to talk about WWE and Clash at the Castle. But yeah, as I was saying before we went away, so this match with the 6-woman tag match, it's a bit surprising, really, that Damage Control didn't win the tag team titles. For me, I think that would have probably been a better way to bring back Sasha and Naomi. Would have been for Damage Control to win and then them come back as big baby faces. But it's going to be interesting now to see whether they will bring them back on Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez as heels, basically, because I think as much as the crowd are going to want to cheer them, I think they're probably also going to have some form of resentment over them, I guess, because obviously of the way that they just up and left. But yeah, I think overall, I think Damage Control will have to win that match. I think obviously you've got Alexa and Asuka there that can take a pinfall to remain strong, because obviously you don't really want to be pinning your champions too much. But yeah, I mean, now, while I'm talking about the women, let's just stick with this one. Liv Morgan and Shayna Baszler. We understand that Liv had a lovely little interview with Scott recently, part of the media circle here at Clash at the Castle. Big shout out as well to the WWE media team for giving us the opportunity to speak to so many WWE superstars, Liv Morgan obviously being one of them. And yeah, I think this is probably going to be a Liv Morgan victory here. Don't see Shayna Baszler winning the title, although if she did, then it'll probably set up Shayna and Ronda, which will be an absolute banger. Match, obviously, I'd love to see at WrestleMania. But obviously, it would still have to be in like the right kind of circumstances, I guess, as well. But yeah, everything that I'm seeing so far though from this show just makes me want to be there. But for me, I think the whole thing of like as a gentleman was saying, a 4-hour drive. For us in London, it would probably be a little bit longer than that. And I couldn't really be doing all that. But yeah, I'm gonna try and throw back over now to Scott. We're gonna throw back over to Scott now. And who have you got with you this time, mate?
Right, Dan, you're never going to guess what the names of these people are because we've just interviewed people, right? Listen to this, right? Introduce yourselves.
My name's Aaron.
Graham. Literally just had an Aaron and Graham. I kid you not, to find a combination like that instantly. Nah, right, anyway, I was drawn
Is it not the same people that one of them just took a mask on and changed the t-shirt?
Say, are you looking forward to the event? Let us know.
Yeah, well, it's my first actual wrestling event, so...
Wait, what?
What a way to start, eh? What a way to start. You've been before, haven't you?
I went to a house show and a raw show. Make my way up.
Yeah, work out. You started
at the top.
Yeah. Other than Mania.
Yeah, exactly.
Mate,
exactly.
honestly. So yeah, I bet you're really excited. You got the
Got
tea and everything.
the-
You've got an Edge tea over here, so that leads me to the next question. Who you most look forward to seeing? Is it Edge for you?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. And yourself?
See, me is Edge because of the era I was growing up in. It was sort of like your Edges, your Undertakers, and the sort of people like that.
The only issue is...
I'm really looking forward to. I know it's generic, what a lot of people say, but the Drew and Roman, just because of the storyline and being in the UK.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way to make it more perfect is if it was in Scotland. But
Yes, very
they've
true.
spun the UK thing. He's been saying lately, Celtic and all that kind of stuff as well. So they've kind of worked it really
Also,
well.
Sheamus though.
Yes,
I think the Sheamus match would be a work of art. I think that would be really good work.
A lot of
but
people...
the whole card is actually stacked from top to bottom.
Yeah.
And then obviously any little surprises they might throw.
There's got to be.
You never know. You never know who will show up.
Going back to Sheamus, so a lot of people are worried that if we get Sheamus winning, it's a make-up for Drew and not going to get...
Possibly, because what they know is they can undo the Sheamus win quite easily back on the next pay-per-view, whereas you're not going to have Drew win it, then you're going to have Roman win it back with just a bit of a. Well, I mean, you could.
It ruins the whole 2-year thing if you're going to start again.
So I think, if anything, they might do the Sheamus, like it's in an end, the Drew not winning. But fingers crossed, not.
It's weird because, like, if you asked me a few months ago, I wouldn't have said I wanted Drew to win or Roman to lose or anything like that. But because we're here, and even if I wanted to, I want Drew to win now.
Yeah.
I
think because of where it is, it's no brainer.
If it comes out to Broken Dreams, he's winning the title.
I keep saying this as well. I think it's coming out to that, and then they're going to change it.
Yes, I've heard a lot of
about that as well. So there's a lot of chances for them to annoy me tonight, but I'm sure.
It's WWE.
Still, no, it's getting. Come on.
You've seen in the last, what is it now, month?
Yeah.
You've seen just the. It's not going to happen overnight. But you've seen the little bits and pieces on Raw, SmackDown. Just started to feel a bit different. Yeah.
So
His first
brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for
Have a
coming.
lovely day. Have a lovely
Enjoy
day,
yourselves,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
So once again, there, Scott with Graham and Aaron. So it seems like that's going to be the theme. What's the betting that he can't do 3 in a row? Let's see. Can he do 3 in a row? Yeah, that's a point. Let's have a little wager on that. But yeah, so going back to the card on this show, obviously, we're talking a brief bit about Riddle and Seth Rollins. Matt Riddle obviously getting his first name back. If you haven't already, guys, go back and check out the interview that I did with Riddle a while back. Also interviews with Big E, Ciampa, Damian Priest, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, Doudrop, all back on the WWE. That was back when WWE were over here, I believe, November last year. So, yeah, go back and check out those interviews. They were a whole heap of fun back then. We will have some more content coming up very soon for you with Scott's interviews that he's done at the current Premium Live event. That's it, the current Premium Live event. Couldn't think of the name of it for a minute there. But yeah, as I did mention before, we did have the Clash at the Castle predictions and preview. Quick look at the table, obviously, because I sit proudly at the top of the table on 22 points. Lucas in second, Scott in third, Rob in fourth. So the 2 previous winners are bringing up the rear of this table. But yes, we're really, it seems as though the atmosphere down in Cardiff is incredible. And yeah, from everything that we've heard, people meeting WWE wrestlers, they've all been really, really lovely. And, as we've said, go back and check out the interviews that we did. Sheamus and Gunther, this contest is not going to be at all, I don't think, for the faint of heart. I think this is going to be one of those super hard-hitting contests that you're not going to need a microphone on the ring at all for. You are going to hear every single chop throughout every single row of the Principality Stadium. Sheamus's chest is probably going to be the same color as my shirt by the end of it. But yeah, it's going to be an absolute barnstormer of a show. 6 matches. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say there'll probably be something else added on the night. I reckon there could be maybe a tag team title match, something like that. But I think something else may be added on the night. And as the guys were saying, the whole possibility of something happening at the end of the WWE Championship match, that could well be something that does happen. But if it is Drew that wins it, then you know what? I'll be really happy for him because he's such a lovely guy. And if it is indeed Roman that retains, then yeah, this reign continues, and it's a case of who is going to dethrone him. I mean, the only way that I would have done it differently would have been to have it for one of the championships. But then it's, how do you kind of promote somebody as the ultimate champion, but then you only have them kind of defending, you only have him really defending one of the titles. I just don't feel as though it's something that you can really do. I think they have to kind of defend both of them. You wouldn't really do just the one. But yeah, so everything seems like it is going good down on the ground in Cardiff, and we have got Scott. Are you with Graham and Aaron again?
All right, so it's not another pair called Graham and Aaron. Weirdly enough, we just interviewed two people, Graham and Aaron. Then it was Graham and Aaron again, confusing. But now we've got Chesney and Joel. How are you doing, guys?
Not bad at all.
Good. All right, so where did you come from?
So I've come from London.
Okay, so different journeys. How were they?
They were okay. It was a mega bus. So it was
Mega bus.
I got it, so it was pretty breezy. So.
All right then, cool. All right, so are you looking forward to tonight?
so much.
Yeah, and what are you most looking forward to?
Gunter Sheamus?
Yeah.
Gunter versus
For
Sheamus.
sure. Okay, who's winning it?
Sheamus.
I think Sheamus.
Big Sheamus.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So we've been talking to a lot of people about this Sheamus match, and some people are concerned that if he wins, it means we're not going to get the Drew match. There will be kind of a plan B. Kind of. What do you think?
I don't
Could we
think
get both?
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive.
No.
I personally don't think we're getting Drew.
I don't either. I think Sheamus, it matters. Not more, but like that's his only title he hasn't won. He's done literally everything.
Last thing to tick off.
Yeah.
I think they're looking to give us the big moment of deflation. I think they want to have the entire audience go.
I think it's going to be scary. I think something will happen. Probably with Cross.
Well, there's so many factors. This is why it's fun. With Cross, there's all the rumours about people that could come back. There's a possible Money in the Bank fashion.
Yeah.
There's Tyson Fury at the ringside.
There is.
There's the usual shenanigans of the Usos and things like that. There's so much that could go on tonight.
Exactly.
This kind of stuff. How many shows have you been to before? First show, second show, 10th show?
3, isn't it? We did one of the first NXT UK shows.
Yeah,
I was there too, man.
Oh,
Great show.
awesome.
Well, 2 nights, wasn't it?
Yeah. And we've done
The New Japan show that was in the UK. We did that one.
One in
I was there.
Yeah.
Best friends.
Yeah.
So many times.
And then we've done it wrong.
Yes, Brandon Raw there too.
All right. I've done a few of them, so you never know. Good saying that. Brilliant. So how does this feel? Of course, the New Japan one was technically a pay-per-view type event.
Yeah.
Big event. How does this feel?
This is
Way
a
more
different.
I'm way more excited for this than I am for any others. Like, it's a whole different.
Yeah.
It's our first major show in 4
Yeah.
years. Like, you can't not be excited for it.
Yeah.
And what are you thinking about Cardiff? Are you enjoying Cardiff so far?
It's lovely.
Nice, yeah.
It's handy because I came to Cardiff like 6 or 7 months ago.
Is that when you got the shirt? Or?
No, I got this especially for this today.
Oh,
just because
okay.
I was going to rep the Cardiff. So it's nice to it's a nice small city. You can get everywhere really quickly, really easily. You're not going to get lost in the place.
Yeah. Well, where would you like WWE to come back to in the UK for the PLE?
But for me, London.
London?
London always. Wembley. It's got to be Wembley.
You did say you were Spurs.
I am a
guy,
Spurs
so
fan.
I was worried you were going to say that stadium. Then again, that gave me a reason to go there as a gooner. I don't want to go there anyway. I'd have to kind of swallow my pride and just kind of check it out. But anyway, thanks so much for coming on.
That's all right.
Thank you guys. And of course, subscribe to Rebellious Noise, eh? Right, thank you guys. Enjoy yourself. Thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
So yeah, those guys obviously thinking that we are going to get a Sheamus victory, but not a Drew McIntyre victory. I think it's one of them where I do think they're going to give it to Sheamus. Obviously you've still got the factors of Butch and Ridge Holland with Sheamus, and you've got Ludwig Kaiser with Gunther as well. So perhaps you could have like the numbers game there, which could I guess could work in favor of Sheamus actually. But as I say, I think I definitely think they need to give it to Sheamus. Everything else that Sheamus has done in the WWE is just, I think nobody expected him to win the WWE title from John Cena. Nobody expected him as World Heavyweight Champion. He had a decent run with obviously the tag titles alongside Cesaro, Claudio Castagnoli now in AEW. And it's just, I think he's just one of those, such an underrated performer in the WWE. And obviously Gunther, we didn't know what was happening there. But we're going to throw now back over to Cardiff. We are back over in Cardiff with Scott. He's with the Invisible Man now. Feeling no mates now.
Right, I'm not with anyone now except, I'm still with Bowser. I just figured we should start wrapping up since we're going to do the build-up show. I'm losing my voice already, and I've got a lot of screening to do today. But Dan, how you feel about the show?
Yeah, man, I think it's going to be a banging show. I don't think something tells me that it's not going to just be a straight up six match card. I think there's going to be something else thrown in on the night, possibly a tag title match. But yeah, I definitely think something else is going to happen on the show. But what, I just don't know. I was saying just before we came back on air that I feel as though it's going to be Sheamus's time to win the IC title. Obviously, I think potentially could be the first man in history to be the Intercontinental, US champion, tag champion, world heavyweight, WWE, and then obviously King of the Ring, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble winner. And you know, that'd be some achievement for somebody that is huge, in my opinion, hugely underrated. Like the amount of bangers that guy has produced, and you know, people still underappreciate him. And yeah, such a nice guy as well.
Right, you were dipping in and out there, Dan. Like, I heard bits of it. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too, man.
I'm gonna let you wrap up. I'm gonna run off, start preparing because we've got to build up the show at 4:15, which I'm sure you've been plugging anyway, my man.
Cool.
4:15 UK time. Mia's back here on the channel. Dan, enjoy the show, mate. We'll catch up soon.
Cheers, mate. Enjoy it live, yeah? See you later. So yeah, as Scott did mention, we do have the live build-up show, which will be coming to you live from Cardiff in Wales at 4:15 UK time. So that's in probably about 20 minutes time. Stay tuned on this channel for that. But for now, guys, I have been Dan. You guys have been great. Thank you very much to everybody that's taken time out to speak to Scott today over in Cardiff. And enjoy Clash at the Castle. We don't know when we're going to get another one, so enjoy it while it lasts, guys. Take care. See you later. Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.